Hey guys, hope you're well. My name is Rob. Welcome to Kinetic Rugby League. In this video, I'll be giving you my Super League Round 22 predictions. I'll leave a recap of last week up on the screen for you now. So we have the Salford Red Piss Takers once again messing me up, and Wigan with a surprising defeat against the Leeds Rhinos last time out. 4 out of 6 I'm okay with. I need some more 5s and 6s to be honest, but that's 91 out of 126 on the season with a rate of 72.22%. So we'll crack on with the first game. Kicking things off for Magic Weekend, we have Hull FC taking on the London Broncos. Starting with league position, Hull FC are in 11th, London are in 12th. For recent form, both have won one in their last 5 Super League games. For my power rankings, I have Hull FC in 12th, London in 11th. So first of all, Hull FC might be really low on confidence right now. They've had some good moments here and there, but I think the result against Leigh would have knocked the confidence, and a few other results recently as well. They're still poor on both sides of the ball, and they're coming up against a London team right now that in attack looks really, really good. Like, Hull's had their moments in attack, but London in attack, they look really, really good at the moment. And I think they'll take a lot of pride in their performance last week against Warrington. I mean, it was literally a few days ago, but last round against Warrington, some good efforts on the defensive side, a bit disruptive through the middle. Fairly clean from what I remember from the most part, nothing too crazy in terms of mistakes. So they could really take a lot of confidence into this one. And I think, given that it's Magic Weekend, most of the crowd is probably going to be on London's side. So I think they'll have more confidence from their result last round. Their attack has been massively improved over the last month or so. They've already had one up on Hull FC this season, so they'll take confidence in that. And they're trying to just not finish last. And this is like their best chance of the season to do that. So they will take so much into this game. Now, Hull FC, they do have their good moments, and I think this could be a very high-scoring game, but it's just about which team is going to put up more points. And right now, given the consistency on the attacking side, I actually trust London a little bit more to put up more points in a very high-scoring game. And with the crowd, as I said, with the confidence boost from the effort against Warrington, if they can just keep up some of the defensive efforts that they've had over the last few weeks, just keep it going, keep improving, I think they can get one up on Hull FC again here. So, I can't believe I'm going to do it. I think this might be the first time... is this the first time I've taken London to win? Shit, it might be. Hull FC 26, London Broncos 28. Next up, we have the Wigan Warriors taking on St Helens. Start with league position. Wigan sit in 2nd, Saints are in 4th. For recent form, both have won 2 in their last 5 Super League games, and for power rankings, I have Wigan in 2nd, Saints in 6th. So for Wigan, there's probably no Harry Smith, or there's definitely no Harry Smith. He's going to be out for 3 to 5 weeks, still not heard exactly how long he's out for. Still no Bevan French, I believe, but they'll still have Jay Field. I don't know if that's going to be enough to stay in this game. I'd like what Hampshire has done here and there since he's been in, and I've liked some things that Fireman has done when he's had some game time, but together I don't know if that's enough to control the game at 6 and 7. I think they'll have good moments, but whether they can control a game, I don't know. That's going to be a huge factor. I think Saints will take a hell of a lot of confidence out of their turnaround, that fixture against Hull FC, and then a real strong effort against Salford, a lot of pressure, but getting it done. They'll take a lot of confidence from that. So I think, given the deficiencies in Wigan's team right now, they'll be low on confidence, and Wigan and Saints will just be happy to have that kind of turnaround that they did. And I think just based on personnel as well, I actually think it's going to be massively in favour for Saints. And even when they've had key players missing and will have key players missing, they've kind of found ways to deal with it. Like, their key players missing is not as significant as those missing for Wigan. So they've kind of found ways to fill in those gaps and find workarounds. They still have some individuals that can make things happen. So I think, based on the players available and the confidence, for me it leans slightly towards Saints right now. So I'm going to go with Wigan Warriors 14, St Helens 24. Next up, we have Warrington Wolves taking on the Leeds Rhinos. Starting with league position, Warrington sit in 3rd, Leeds are in 7th. For recent form, Warrington have won 4 in their last 5 Super League games, and Leeds have won 2 in their last 5 Super League games. For power rankings, I have Warrington in 3rd, Leeds in 8th. So Warrington looked really slow, really sluggish for me. There were some moments they were quick play the ball, some good runs from Danny Walker, but it just looked very lethargic, low energy. A lot of players just couldn't really be interested against London. The thing that kind of gives me confidence is that Warrington as a team, and this is probably instilled from Sam Burgess, is that we've got the ability to kind of bounce back, to change momentum, to switch things up when we need to. On Leeds' side, they look a lot quicker, they're more organised, there's a lot more confidence in that team right now on both sides of the ball. So I think there are definitely holes in Warrington's defence on the right-hand side. That's something that Leeds can certainly exploit. Matt Frawley at least looks a little bit better now, so can he have an influence over on the left with some, strong direct runs from Reece Martin? And over on the right-hand side with Brodie Croft, they can always create opportunity. So I think this, a couple of weeks ago, a lot of people would have been heavily in favour of Warrington. Now it's at least a very tricky game, given the energy and confidence with Leeds. I do think Warrington can bounce back in this one, and they will have, I'm pretty sure they'll have George Williams. I don't know if anyone else will come back into the team as well, but George Williams should be available. I think I read before that he is going to be fit and ready to go after whatever happened, whether it was an illness or he actually did something on his stag, but we'll find out one day, I'm sure. But I think Warrington, they will find a way to bounce back. They do need a confidence boost. So if Leeds manage to do something here and get away with the result, I don't think I'd be surprised. But I think Warrington have enough individually, and they'll really want to put out a statement after a lacklustre effort against the Broncos. So I'm going to go with Warrington Wolves 26, Leeds Rhinos 22. Next up, we have the Leigh Leopards taking on Salford Red Devils. Starting with league position, Leigh sitting 8th, Salford are 6th. For recent form, Leigh have won 4 in the last 5 Super League games, Salford have won 2 in their last 5 Super League games, and for power rankings, I have Leigh in 4th, Salford in 5th. So for Leigh, their attack can be excellent. They can have some really incredible performances on the attacking side. Defence can be a little bit up and down for me. I think they need to really find some consistency there. There have been some weeks, maybe back-to-back, maybe 3 weeks in a row that they've been okay on the defensive side, but it's few and far between. Like, they've not done it enough for me. So it's defence I think they really need to work on. I know obviously they only conceded 12, but that's against Hull FC. You need to see that against more competitive teams in the middle and towards the top of the pack. Salford, I don't really know where to place them. I think the most important question to ask here is there really any point predicting this game? So whatever I say, it's just not going to happen. Salford fans actually love it when I say they're going to lose because I'm going to manifest good vibes. What I say is going to happen. And if Salford, I tell you to lose, you will. Do you understand me? Is that clear? Great. The kicking game can be good for Mark Sneyd, obviously. Sometimes, when they're well disciplined in the middle of the park, and they actually do have good field position, they spread the ball pretty nicely. Early in the tackle count, deep in their own half, they have a go at teams and they spread them open. And players like Nenny McDonald really feed off those kind of early spreads. So I think Salford could be tricky in this one, but I do think that based on the form at the moment, the attacking strength of Leigh, I think they'll have enough in this one. I don't think it'll be a crazy scoreline. I think it'll kind of be a little bit back and forth, but Leigh eventually will just get that kind of killer blow towards the back end of the game, just based on pure quality and just being a better attacking team at the moment. So I'm going to go with Leigh Leopards 24, Salford Red Devils 18. Next up, we have the Catalans Dragons taking on Hull Kingston Rovers. Starting with league position, Catalans sit in 5th, Hull KR are in 1st. For recent form, Catalans have won 3 in their last 5 Super League games, and Hull KR have won 5 in their last 5 Super League games. For power rankings, I have Catalans in 7th, Hull KR in 1st. So for Catalans, they are really complicated. Like, really, really complicated. They can be fantastic in attack, fantastic in defence, but they can also be absolutely horrendous in attack and defence. They are so confusing. Even though, in terms of recent form, they're positive, they've won 3 out of 5, I could imagine them being extremely low on confidence right now, especially with the loss to London, and then having it that close against a really struggling team in Huddersfield right now. I could imagine that confidence is low. And then coming up against a team like Hull KR, whose confidence must be through the goddamn roof at the moment. Their attack looks great, with May on one side, Lewis on the other. They kind of run the show on those sides of the field, and Evans would just pop up where he's needed, creating overlaps. They work hard through the middle. Typically well disciplined, not too many errors. They control games fairly well, good kick chases, and just a lot of energy, a lot of quick defensive line speed. The defense looks like a brick wall at the moment. So Catalans, I think, based on individuals, Hull KR fans know they can be a tricky team. Catalans do have incredible individuals that can create great moments from nothing. But right now, Hull KR's learnt a lot. They've had some tough weeks. They've got a tough run of games coming up. I think this is probably... Would this be their easiest game? Maybe. So, based on them wanting to obviously win the League Leaders Shield, this is kind of a must-win game. This is, I think, going to be their easiest. Just based on form and confidence at the moment, this will be their best bet. They kind of need to win this one. Some people might question that and say, that adds pressure to it. But I don't think there's that much pressure, and I think they've been dealing with pressure very well this season as well when they've had to deal with it. But I think Hull KR should be completely fine in this one. But I think Catalans can throw up a few surprises, but as I said, Hull KR should be fine. So I'm going to go with Catalans Dragons 14, Hull Kingston Rovers 28. Finally, for Magic Weekend, we have the Huddersfield Giants taking on the Castleford Tigers. Starting with league position, Huddersfield sit in 9th, Castleford are in 10th. For recent form, Huddersfield have won 1 in their last 5 Super League games, Castleford have won 2 in their last 5 Super League games, and for power rankings, I have Huddersfield in 10th, Castleford in 9th. Huddersfield right now, maybe there's new life in them a little bit, new head coach, a new voice in the the dressing room and on the training pitch, someone different to kind of feed off different vibes, different ideas, different concepts. So maybe there's some new life in that Huddersfield team, just a better overall feel around the the changing rooms at the moment. Castleford, maybe not as dangerous as they were, but they've had some really tough challenges recently. Some tough games back to back, so it's understandable, maybe not having as much sting through the middle and on the edges as they did. But this is a great opportunity for them to kind of spread their wings and open Huddersfield up and really, dominate on the attacking side. I think Huddersfield, that new life comes with new fire, new determination. So I don't think they'll allow Castleford to walk all over them. I don't think Castleford is a team that, even when they were on good form, would have necessarily walked all over Huddersfield as well, even when the Giants were at their lowest. But I just think right now, based on consistency with the team, overall quality, form as well, it's only, 1 greater towards Castleford right now over the last 5 games. But based on form, confidence, quality, consistency in the team, there's no element of toxicity that you could throw up there with obviously changes to the coaching staff at Huddersfield. I don't think there was any toxicity there, but it's just more consistent with Castleford right now, and they'll want a really strong end to the season because they were great a few weeks ago, and they'll want to get back to winning ways after such strong performances and then just some tricky back-to-back games. They'll want to at least overtake Huddersfield. They can overtake them, maybe Leigh mathematically, but I think this will be an interesting game. Maybe poor quality on Huddersfield's side because they've still got some things to work out, especially on the attacking side. But I think Castleford should be fine in this one. So I'm going to go with Huddersfield Giants 18, Castleford Tigers 26. So that's going to be it for my Super League Round 22 predictions. So to recap the teams that I'm picking, I'm taking the London Broncos, St Helens, Warrington Wolves, Leigh Leopards, Hull Kingston Rovers and Castleford Tigers. If you've got your own predictions, do let me know in the comments down below. But that's going to be it. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next time.